What's good with y'all, man? It's your boy Will back with another video, and today, we got another interesting video topic. So today we're gonna be getting into another video, man. Make sure y'all hit that like and subscribe button if you're wondering what t-shirt I got on. It's my new shirt, Detrimental Figures. Y'all know I make shirts, but I'll throw up a little video in here on every video so y'all can always see it. You know, great quality t-shirts. But how y'all doing today, man? My new video has been released and dropped, and as y'all see, I had to throw on some type of orange to go with the video and the theme of the video. But Chubb, Nicholas Jamal Chubb, to be exact, this guy is inhuman. The injury Nick Chubb suffered in the gruesome fashion he suffered that injury. Think about the guy he was, the man he was before that. He was the best running back in the league. You could say CMC was here with him. Outside of CMC, he was the best running back in the league. As far as running the football, by far, best running back in the league. And this was before this injury. After an ACL injury on the same knee. Very interesting stuff there. Very interesting stuff. And now, you know, we got Nick Chubb. He's a little up in age. So, you know, you consider and you wonder, like, hey, will his age be something that really affects his recovery? He recovered back last time. You're going to kind of blame everything on youth. And, hey, he's young. You know, you're not going to really give Nick a lot of credit for that. You're not going to really say he's any different from the average, what was he, like 19, 21-year-old with that injury versus now 30 and being a different. We're not really giving Nick Chubb no credit for the way he takes care of his body, or, you know, the way his body can recover from an injury. And now you got a video released of this guy, and I'll put the video up here as well. But now you got a video released of this guy. I think I'm probably wrong. Don't cook me in the comment section. But I think he's using a hurricane bar or a tsunami. It's something like that kind, tsunami or hurricane, something like that. I'll have to look it up. But he's using this bar, and the object with this bar and the objective is for the bar to, it's so bendy that it actually weighs more than a bar that's going straight. So it's more difficult. Just to give you guys context and details as far as with lifting, it's more difficult for Nick Chubb to do what he's doing now with this bar that's bending and is looking like it's breaking in half, versus what it was to do with when it's going to be straight. If you guys get what I'm saying, I probably kind of explained that a little bit slow, but when it's straight, it's less weight. Anyways, long story short, because of the angle of how it's hitting the shoulders. Anyways, long story short, this was the type of stuff that Nick was doing before injury. He had those crazy videos where he did like maybe 640 or 740 or something insane. And it just goes to show how fast he's recovering and how good of a athlete he is. Like, this is insane stuff. To be able to, let alone bench 500 pounds, let alone bench 400 pounds. You could bench 540 pounds with this special bar that makes it harder to bench after coming off one of the most gruesome leg injuries you could witness in NFL history. Like, just off of that alone, man, you got to really tip your hat to Nick Chubb and the quality of human and the quality of hard worker he is. Just getting to be able to be to that level as a human being. You know, like, Nick Chubb isn't any bigger stretch, no diddy, than the average person. When he's about like 5'11", to be able to get to bench 540 pounds, and he could do that off of injury, goes pretty well to see how good he's recovering. And now the big question in the room, and the elephant question in the room, is how does this affect his play on the football field? And when will we see Nick Chubb back? I think the people that went out of their way to kind of say that, hey, Nick Chubb, week 10, see you then. You know, with those guys, I think you got to kind of like catch up to reality now. A lot of y'all was saying like he's going to be like week 11 or something crazy like that. I think he'll probably be back guaranteed by week 4 or 5. I could be wrong. I say 6 or 7 at the latest. 7 would be like really freaking babysitting him. I think he'll come back probably week 3, 4, take a couple snaps, and then by week 8, I think he'll be back into the groove of things. That's my personal opinion on it. I could see him being back like week 2, and then by back like week 4, he'll be in the groove of things. Or he could come back for week 1, get a couple snaps, and then by week 4 or 5, he'll be up to ramp. I think it'll take him a little bit to get his legs back underneath him, and then he's gonna have a breakout game where he's just there. And it's going to remind him of who he is. It's going to remind the world of who he is. I think Nick Chubb is going to be capable of getting back to that same quality back. What he was getting about 1,500 yards, if I'm not mistaken. I could be off. But I think he could still be like at least at 1,200 rushing yards a year. He was still at least about 5 yards a carry or 4.8. I think it'll still be a quality back. It's still a top 5 back. That's my expectations for him. When you left the game, you was the number 1 back in the league. I expect you to be no less than top 5, or I'm gonna say your injury, was detrimental. Was detrimental to your career. Did this injury cook Nick Chubb? If Nick Chubb isn't capable of being a top 5 running back, it low-key did. He was the best back in the league before he got hurt, and it's only been a year. So, you guys comment down below what y'all think, man. It's a tough topic to talk about because, he's a great and he's on the verge of, like, being a Hall of Famer. So, this injury happening to him at the time it did was just really harmful to his career and his path. And I think Nick Chubb got that dog in him to come back to still be that guy. You guys comment down below what y'all think, how y'all feel, what's your expectations. When do you expect to see Nick Chubb back in a Browns uniform? And how do you feel like he'll be this year? Peace. Y'all have a blessed one.